Hello and welcome to the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts ARTbreak at Home. Today is January 11th, 2022. It's our first ARTbreak of 2022, and we are thrilled that you have chosen to join us today, or perhaps in the future if you're watching this later. So thank you so much for joining us. Today we are going to be joined by two very special artists, Beibei and Leilei Chen. And they will do a presentation and we will take questions at the end. So whatever you're on, if it's Facebook or YouTube, you can type a question or a comment or a thought into the comment box and we will see it, and we will look at those questions at the end. So please allow me to introduce our special guests today. Leilei Chen and Beibei Chen are twin sisters from China, and they have worked collaboratively together in creating paintings and ceramics. They received their graduate degrees from the top-ranking universities in China, and within their fields of expertise, they taught both undergraduate and graduate students at Liaoning University of Technology in China. Now Leilei is teaching at Grand Valley State University, and they are both the principals of the Academy of Art and Design in Grand Rapids. Leilei and Beibei have exhibited their works nationally and internationally. They won Art Prize Special Recognition in 2009, the Ward H. and Cora E. Ney Director's Purchase Prize and Southwest Michigan Printmakers Excellence in Printmaking Award in 2008 during the West Michigan Area Show, the West Michigan Art Competition 2018 Honorable Mention, Outstanding Work Award in 2018 Her Version Contemporary Art Exhibition in China, Excellent Work Award in Contemporary Drawing Art Exhibition 2019, the 2017 MFA Graduate Award of Ferris State University, and the first place of the 2010-2009 National Teacher Competition of Art in China. Being Chinese artists residing and studying in the United States, their work is heavily influenced by Chinese culture, aesthetics, and philosophy. They have always been interested in engaging with environmental and cultural issues through ceramics and painting. Their work, Gaia 1, which received the Ward H. and Cora E. Ney Director's Purchase Prize, as well as the Southwest Michigan Printmakers Excellence in Printmaking Award during the 2008 West Michigan Area Show, is currently on view at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts in Vistas, Visions of China, Japan, and Korea. Vistas closes on February 6th, so I hope that if you are in the Kalamazoo area, that you will come and see their amazing artwork while it is up on the walls, and particularly after you have watched this presentation so that you can know more about it from the artist's perspective. So I'm going to add Beibei and Leilei to our stream. And please join me in welcoming our amazing guest artists today, Beibei and Leilei. Hello.
Hello.
So thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited. Thank you for being virtual with us today. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to y'all. But again, to our audience members at home, please remember that you can type a question or a comment or a thought into the comment box of whatever stream you're on, and we will address it at the end during the Q&A session. So without, take it away. Thanks so much.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Leilei.
I'm Beibei. We are twin sisters. We are from China. So can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can see your PowerPoint.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to show some photos. Yeah, Leilei and I, we always work together. Yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit about ourselves. So our work is heavily influenced by Chinese culture, aesthetics, and philosophy. Yeah, we're always interested in addressing environmental and cultural issues through ceramics and painting. We were born in a coastal city in northeast China. So the picture shows there is a amazing landscape in our hometown. I still remember not very far from the mainland. There was a small island called the Pinholder Hill. Yes. When the tides fall, a natural cobblestone path appears, and it connects the mainland to the small island. The path is called the bridge to heaven, and it appears twice a day. An ancient man said the path was made by flying angel with a long ribbon. So you can see the photo. Two flying angel sculpture were built close to the path. There are only three these pieces. This spectacle landscape in the world. One is in Korean, but that is artificial, and another one's in French, that is artificial. Another is in Korean, which is nature path, but appears once a year. We pursued our carefree childhood and enjoyed the beauty of nature as a gift. We deeply believe that the world is full of wonder and miracle. And human is part of nature. However, our hometown gradually changed. When we returned after studying in Beijing, we found a huge pier and an oil refinery factory near the pass. We noticed that the air was not as clear as before. The polluted harbor was much closer to the small island. Perhaps in a few years, the past will be gone altogether. Here a harbor really close to the nature path. After a few years, we moved back to Beijing, where the air pollution was very serious. People called the air pollution in Beijing hate. So we created this series ceramic masks called the Hage. Yes, according to the Kabali Earth Organization, China's air pollution has led to an average of over 4,000 deaths per day. In fact, 38% Chinese people breathe air that is unhealthy and have to wear masks sometimes. We created this series, Hate series, artwork in 2016. Unfortunately, this day, not only Chinese, but people all over the world need to wear masks since COVID-19. And usually people wear gas masks during wartime. So in our artworks, we exaggerated the size of these everyday masks in order to warn people that air pollution and virus are not less dangerous than war. Leilei and I, we use traditional Chinese blue underclays color to paint the landscape on the gas masks. The beauty of Chinese traditional and ecological destruction of the real world from the distinct contrast, which is displayed together in every pieces of ceramic artwork. We paint flowers, landscape, that each pattern has their own meanings. So, yeah, here's bamboo. Bamboo is a very traditional painting. That's a meaning. It means people has an honest and very good human nature. We have never started exploring the relationship between culture and the nature environmental. We painted this series of 12 watercolors through which we try to tell stories of life and death, science and art, religion and politics. We hope to create contemporary artworks by combining Eastern aesthetics and Western painting ideas. We used the figure of a flying angel in Chinese culture and the lung cancer cells that can be seen under the microscope to create this series contemporary artworks. The idea from Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. Those are three different Chinese religion and philosophy. But they have the same core idea that human beings are integral part of nature. We are trying many new ways to express our themes, both macro and micro, to represent pollution as a global issue. Cancer caused by pollution is not only inside our cells, but also a part of the earth. On a macro scale, air pollution can be considered cancer in landscape. And on a macro scale, this disease is in the cells of our bodies. We hope that our work reflected both of these issues. We created this series in 2016. Now, deadly virus existed in people's body. But for the life of the earth, human being is the most destructive virus. For the painting technologies, we can buy Western watercolor scales and the Chinese traditional method. We also use compositional white space, or we call negative space. Negative space is an important aesthetics method in Chinese painting, letting the audience have an imagination. This blank composition that is not a void of virtual perspective, but an enrichment of artistic performance. In our work, we paint some traditional Chinese patterns, such as dragons, flowers, flying angel, and Buddha hands. This image have many meanings. For example, Buddha hands can mean culture, religion. Patterns in our work become more abstract and the intersection of concepts and symbol. We decided to use Buddha hands instead of completed figures to represent all human beings. I'm going to show another series called the Gaia series. Original Gaia series are oil and acrylic paint on wood board, and this one you can see in point. That's a screen. That's a screen printing. Yeah, Leilei and I we spent 6 months to make this screen printing. That's so challenging for us. Each piece has over 40 layers. Yeah, we work every day, spend 6 months to finish them. Okay, so Gaia series embodies the overconsumption of nature resources by human beings. And the painting also inspired by Chinese philosophies, key philosophies of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. That a human is an integral part of nature. Thus, if we damage nature, we are damaging ourselves. The same idea from British named James Lovelock in 1972. His Gaia hypothesis is that living organisms interact with their inorganic surroundings on Earth to form a synergistic and self-regulating complex system that helps to maintain and perpetuate the conditions for life on the planet. This view is exactly the same as the series that man is an integral part of nature. The first one, Yeah, the first painting is a forest, and the second painting shows marine organisms, and the third one, the subject in the birth painting, in birth and the sky, and green blue sky. Yeah, so three different things. And the figure in those paintings represent the Earth Mother, whose facial expression is sad and desperate. Human consumption of nature is damaging the balance of the life entity. Due to the lost balance, the skin of the body breaks apart. The Earth Mother is squeezing one his bride. One is his breast to indicate humans are not only fighting with nature, but also with themselves. Inside the body are animals and plants, with the sample color showing is polluted and gloomy. In such a poisonous world, animals and plants are unhappy and uncomfortable. Their pain and their struggle on the edge of death. For the painting style, we are taking reference from the ancient Dunhuang Mongol cave mirror using the color palette, and also animal eye style from the Buddha figures in this mirror, and also Buddha sculpture. Yeah, the same eye style from Buddha sculptures. So each animals and the plants has a different meaning, such as the first painting. The first painting, you can see the Mother Earth's hair, and inside the body, yeah, there are chrysanthemums. The stems interweave the inner parts of the figure, and her hair is the petal. In ancient culture, this kind of flower, chrysanthemum, represented death and being reborn. So, the intro. So as you know, our artworks are heavily influenced by Chinese culture, aesthetics, and philosophy. And we strongly believe that by our efforts, art can provide a unique way to help people understand the true meaning of life. And art can explain to people how beauty and pleasure could be perfectly coexisting. As you know, we are living in a challenging and exciting time, and the world is changing fast now. As an artist, Babe and I believe part of our mission is to encourage people to change our thinking and perceptions, to understand and address this complex global issue, from inequality over pandemics to climate changes. For many years, we have been actively interested in environmental and cultural issues through ceramics and paintings. The environmental issues such as pollution were caused by our activities, and then human hurt nature by creating this environmental issue. We also hurt ourselves. We, as artists, have no intention to resolve this issue in an scientific way. We have been using our artworks to remind people that we have such challenging existing in our lives and explain the detail of the natures of this challenging and encourage people to find solutions for complicated social challenges such as air pollution, greenhouse gas, and the coronavirus. So we hope we can use art to point out this cruel fact by combining the imaginary world by reality. We hope our work can bring strong attention to people that this environmental issue have always been there and will always exist, and it becomes more and more critical and dangerous if we do not realize this challenge and treat them seriously, carefully, and sincerely. Okay, so do you have some questions?
Hello again. It's Jessica from the KIA. So, Beibei and Leilei, you are ready for questions now?
Yes.
All right. So, everybody, if you have got a question, please do type it into the chat or the comment box, rather, and we will see it. While we are waiting, I have a question about your gas mask haze series. Did you freeform those gas masks, or did you like make a mold to get the shape?
I made one mold, but it's not exactly copy. All shapes. So I have basic mold, and then for the details, each one has a different details. So we create original mold, and then also we create everyone unique form.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then if you would like to keep your screen shared, if somebody references a work, or that's totally fine, or if you would like to end your screen share and just take questions. But we do have a question.
Yeah. We're going to stop share screen. Otherwise, we don't know how. Okay.
All right. So somebody in our audience says, I'm curious about your working process. How do you start? Who does what? Do you both work in a studio at the same time, or does one just pick up from where it was started?
We always working together at the same time in our studio. So, most of people call us she instead of they. So, yeah, we're always working together, and so first, usually first we discussing about what kind of topic we would like to do for next one, and we like do sketch together and discussing sometimes with and critique each other. We always like draw this on the same canvas. So, for example, if I draw the line and Beibei do the coloring, So yeah, for the painting, for the painting we do that, and for the ceramics we also working together, and sometimes we argue, discussing, and always working together.
Great, thank you. So, so like with the malignant landscape watercolors, did one of you would do a little bit here, and then would you be doing that together, and then one of you would say, oh, what about we do this instead, or what about we add this, or would it just be you had talked about it before you began and then worked collaboratively during the process of?
Yes, watercolor a little bit different. Watercolor usually we did a sketch first, and maybe one person Leilei very good at watercolor landscape. I do the freehand part, and Beibei most of the time she do the detail part. So.
Thank you. And I think those malignant landscapes are so amazing. And there must have been an element of perhaps surprise too, because it looks like there were parts where there was quite a lot of water used, and maybe to allow the paint to spread out. So maybe a collaboration with the painting itself as well as with both of you. We have another comment. So much of the social and environmental challenges can be very overwhelming and lead people to despair. How can your art also give hope?
This we just think about because we are from China, so we are so heavily influenced by Chinese culture. In Chinese culture, it's not so desperate. We just found the balance we can have the hope of the future. Just don't overconsumption the natural resources. We just keep what we need. So keep the. It's like I talk about James Lovelock. Think about the Earth is the one person. So think about everyone like a human. Every human is a cell. Is a cell in this one person. So don't over consumption. So maybe we can find some balance. So actually we cannot tell who is bad, who is good. So maybe so with a virus is bad for human, but maybe human is another virus for whole environmental. So human for the earth, maybe human like a cancer cell, in the earth. So that's a balance is very important. So in our culture, nature and human unit one. We can using different perspective to think about environmental issue. Human first ourselves. Human first environmental. Just hurt ourselves.
Great. And the person who had asked the question about how art can give hope also said, for example, Chinese American John D. Liu began ecosystem restoration camps to give us all hope to work towards something. So thank you for that comment.
Thank you.
I had another question, and now I'm struggling to remember what it was. So if you're watching us at home, please do type your comments and questions into your comment box. So how did the both of you start? Have you always been artists? Have you always known that you wanted to be artists and be art educators? Or did you learn that over time?
We have art education degree, so we have been teaching almost 20 years. So yeah, it's we all professor in university in China, and then we moved to 8 years ago. We moved to US, and we feel more free, to express our idea. Like a pollution issue, cultural issue. In here, we more freedom to do that, to express our idea. So from professor to full-time artist, yeah. In here, in China we also paint some, but more traditional and realistic painting. And when we more in United States, we feel more freedom to create contemporary art, into thinking about the contemporary issue. So that's a lot. That's a big change for us from the educator to contemporary artist.
Yes. A question from someone, which ties a little bit in with my first question, but there's two, so I'm going to read them together. Would you please describe your art education and training from the time you were children? Did your childhood and youth influence the art you create today?
Yes. I believe. Our grandparents, both sides from from mother side, from father side, grandparents, they are artists. We learn the Chinese calligraphy, Chinese painting from them. So so the technique and the conception we always using in our artworks right now. So I think that very important for us for the learning from childhood.
And I know that you are both art educators. You have got your Academy of Art and Design in Grand Rapids, and Leilei, I believe that you teach at Grand Valley State. So do you teach a range of ages? Do you teach like children through college students?
Yeah.
And
adults.
And adults. Mm-hmm. So what kind of advice do you have for artists who are working just in general, or artists who are learning? Maybe they don't feel comfortable calling themselves artists yet, but they are interested in exploring these same kinds of ideas about the environment and the times that we are living in today.
I think, the creativity is very important. So I'm teaching different ages and different background of students. But the very important thing is teach them how to creation. So creativity. No matter like digital creativity, like just fan art, traditional. So I teach them how to creativity, and also through your art, even the like young children. So how through the art to explain your life, your reality, your thinking. So that's the point. Yeah. Hope I answer your question. Yeah. You mute yourself.
Yeah. Oops. Thank you for letting me know. I was just going to say that we're almost out of time, so I will do a last call to anybody who is watching us at home for any questions or comments or thoughts. And I know that it can take a moment to type, so I'm just going to say that this has been so interesting. It has been so lovely to see your work. It's so interesting, and to hear about the the kind of complex thought process that you have been putting into each work. I think it's particularly interesting for audience members to get to hear firsthand from artists about the things that are symbols and what things mean behind an artwork. So we do have another comment. And I'll just finish my thought, which was I'm thinking specifically about Gaia 1, which is on display at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, and to hear about the thought process and the philosophy that inspired it with the Gaia hypothesis. It's so insightful for your work. So we have a question. So somebody is watching this with their daughter and or their daughters, and it says, "My daughters wonder what it is like to work with your sister."
Thank you. Yeah, perfect. We'd like to. Yeah. We're happy to work with them.
Thank you. And then where can we see more of your wonderful artwork?
Right now, we have exhibition at Kalamazoo Art Institute. So you can come to the gallery and to see our artworks. And also, we have some artworks exhibited in our school, Academy and Art Design. At 28th Street, Grand Rapids. So we have like a personal gallery in our school. So you're welcome to come to our school to take a look at our artworks and talk about with our in person.
Thank you. And of course, anyone who is watching, if you're in our area, you have got until February 6th to come and see Vistas, Visions of China, Japan, and Korea, where their screen print Gaia 1 is on display. And what was the name of the gallery again? You had said you have an exhibition at right now?
That exhibition is in our art school, Academy of Art and Design. This their own gallery. In here we exhibit our artworks in here.
Great, and that is in Grand Rapids, correct?
Yeah, in Grand Rapids. Yeah, at 28th Street.
28th Street in Grand Rapids. Great. Well, do you have any final thoughts or ideas or comments that you would like to share with our audience members today?
I'm so happy to attend this talking event. So I thank you, audience, everyone to join us. So we would like to have more opportunity to make more connection with the local.
Yes, and thank you so much for your time. I know that both of you are very busy, so thank you so much for your time today to speak during today's art break. And someone in the comments is saying thank you so much for sharing. So it has been our pleasure today to be joined by Leilei Chen and Beibei Chen, and of course our entire wonderful audience. This is going to live on our Facebook and YouTube videos. So if you in the audience thought this was so interesting and you would love it to have somebody you know watch it, you can send them to the videos and they will be able to watch it. We will return for another virtual art break on January 25th with Rufus Ferguson. He is a musician who is part of the Resonance Project, so you can hear his original musical compositions at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts in the Unveiling American Genius exhibition. And I know I've said it a few times, but I'm going to say it again. Please, please, please do come and see Beibei and Leilei's work, Gaia 1, on display in Vistas, Visions of China, Japan, and Korea. It is up until February 6th. So you have got a few weeks to come and see their amazing artwork. and to look at it with the insight that they have provided for us today. So again, thank you so much for your time, and that's all. We're going to have a wonderful rest of our Tuesdays, I hope, and everybody stay safe and healthy, and maybe, be inspired by today's talk and go out and create something. So, goodbye, everybody. Thank you.